Here we are. Filled to the brim with transformium. By which I mean caffeine and alcohol.
I mean, I just brought my laptop so that when I get really annoyed by these movies, I can start playing video games while you're not looking.
I knew there was an ulterior motive to the laptop.
I'm just going to sit here and play Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the best video game ever made from 1999. Actually, if someone's listening to the podcast, you might fact check me and know that game did not come out in 1999. I actually have no clue when it came out. And I've never even played it, but I've been told it's the best game ever.
You're full of so many lies.
I am training to be a politician. And this is how you become a politician. You start lying about video games. Do you have any predictions about these movies?
Well, I've never seen any of them from beginning to end. I've caught bits and pieces of all 5 of them at certain points. But I do know basically the plot of each because I've listened to the premier bad movie podcast, We Hate Movies.
That's the podcast that Neil Breen makes, right?
He wishes. They're successful. He is not.
He's a dentist. That's success.
Architect, man. Architect.
Yeah. An architect.
Of
like
the
I
mouth. The mouth's architect. Anyway, we're off to a trademark focused, hashtag focused start. We're going to watch all 5 of the Transformers films by the auteur himself, Michael Bay. Now, what I do know about these movies is that they get, I think, more entertaining as they go on. So the first 2 are going to probably be the sloggiest of the slogs as far as I remember from hearing the plots recounted to me on a funny podcast. But we got to do it. We got to be completists, just like we did with the Fast and Furious Insane Marathon.
And I think we have to disclose to our listeners that, yes, we are being sponsored by the military, and this is not propaganda just because we're taking the military's money to talk about military industrial complex films.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's out of the love of our hearts.
For the U.S. government.
Mm-hmm. Pure, uncut patriotism. Take a big rail of it. So if anyone wants to actually watch these movies along with us, which I would be flattered if anyone did that. Yeah, we are going to, my plan at least, is to record ourselves reacting to all 5 of them. The Fast and Furious thing was a 16-hour endeavor, just in terms of like film time. Maybe a little less if you cut out the end credits, which we are definitely going to do with these as well, because these movies get quite long as they go along. I believe the 4th and 5th one are both over 2.5 hours each. Anyway, you know what Transformers are. We're going to react to it. We're going to do like a big, a roundup reaction to it later. Probably not today, because we're going to be very spent, I'm sure, by the time this is all done, despite all the coffee and Jameson that's going to be drunk. But yeah, let's hit play, right? Unless any more prelude. I mean, we're going to talk over the fuck. Oh, wait. We're going to talk the fuck over these movies.
Unlike the Fast and the Furious, I'm going to watch every second.
You're going to be dead silent. Leave me hanging here.
I have a feeling these movies are going to be worse than the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that's your prediction. My prediction is just like the Fast and Furious. You gotta like sort of pace your expectations, and I what I'm really looking forward to is the 3rd one, because I do know I've watched a good chunk of the 3rd one, and I know what happens in it just from listening to other accounts of it. But these movies get more absurd and each time, and also become more and more blatantly like screen written, like directly by the Department of Defense. And we'll talk more about that as it goes along. So if you do want to watch along, we're at the 0, and 5 second mark. So in other words, the 5 second mark on our totally legally acquired copy of Transformers 2007. And on 3, 1, 2, a 3, we see the DreamWorks logo. And I can't hear anything. Fuck.
Me either.
Hang on a second, folks. Okay, start that countdown again, folks. We're at 5 second mark. There's the DreamWorks logo. Someone has just cast a fishing line into the water, reflecting the clouds. We see about 2 concentric circles rippling out from it. And 1, 2, 3. Now we're panning up through the clouds. We see a little boy fishing on the moon inside a giant D. That sounds dirty. Dream works. Oh man, the aspect ratio is all fucked up on my TV.
Terrible.
I didn't know it was that bad. Damn. Whatever.
Maybe we should do these at my house. I have a nice TV. Secretly.
All right.
My landlord gave me a nice TV.
Really?
Kind of.
Wait, this is fucked up. It's way off center. It's not normally like
this
that.
is more off center than normal.
There was the cube. Let's try it one more time. Because I tested this out and it wasn't doing this before.
I did it again.
Now the subtitles have vanished.
Yeah, because it's whenever you close your laptop, it is changing the resolution on the TV.
Maybe I'll just leave it open like this.
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Okay. So right now we're listening to what's his face, the president of the Transformers.
Optimus Prime.
That's right, Optimus Prime.
I can't really hear what he's saying.
Yeah, I'll turn it up. Hang on.
What's he saying?
Is it louder now for you?
Did they do a crossover movie with the Ninja Turtles yet?
I don't believe so. Although Michael Bay did do those movies.
I thought it was like a shared universe of 90s toys. And they were going to do a crossover in Ninja Turtles, Transformers, and the G.I. Joe films. Do you remember the G.I. Joe films?
I never watched them. They looked like utter shit.
They were
just like
starring that amazing Korean actor, Rain. I never watched them either, but I think Rain was in them.
B? B was it?
Yeah,
B. Rain?
B. Rain. He played Shadow Star or whatever the ninja's name is. It's not Shadow Star.
That sounds like a Transformer name, actually.
I think it is. What the fuck was the ninja's name in G.I. Joe?
I don't know.
I watched that cartoon growing up. I watched a lot of cartoons growing up.
These guys are already having like a race, like ID politics, race discussion. I kind of miss was about. It seems the Hispanic guy was classic trope. The tough military guy who's just doing it all for his baby girl back home.
Shaky cameras. Michael Bay movies have really shaky cameras.
I didn't see anything shaking. What are you talking about? These are totally like still.
Well, these are still. I don't know.
What the fuck is that?
It's what you do for fun.
Military guys sitting in baby pools, kiddie pools.
It's hot and
Okay, they're in Qatar, and there's a lot of stereotypes being introduced to us in terms of military men. We've got the sort of handsome leading man role guy. Forget that actor's name. I think it is Josh something, actually. To borrow, I'm probably going to be doing this a lot during these movies because I'm mostly informed by the We Hate Movies commentary, but they, I think, quite accurately pegged that guy as Timothy, like a Timothy Oliphant's younger or maybe older brother. And it kind of makes sense when you see him. Josh Duhamel, I think that's his name. His sound keeps like cutting out. I think that might have something to do with the HDMI cable. Fuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this has happened before. Now it's just... Nope, there it comes back. Let's just see.
No.
Fucking A. I'm not going to stop the recording, but we're going to mess around with some technical shit, and it doesn't matter because it's just Transformers 1. And we've got plenty more to go. Maybe if I just unplug it and plug it back in. No, there's some reason for it. No, I can't remember exactly what it is.
Maybe click on the little speaker icon and change your channel to no,
If I do this, it's gonna come out of the TV, I think.
Yeah, no, it's on the right thing right now. You want it on the top one. That's where it should be set.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's fading out. It's not a soundboard thing, is it?
No, it's not. I've had this happen before when I watch movies connected to the HDMI. Let me consult something. The military is fighting a evil transformer right now. It looks really loud, except we're not exactly hearing it at the moment. But hang tight, folks. It's not a cabling issue. Oh, wait. Maybe if I just pause and stop recording at the same time, it'll be fine. Let's do that. And we're back. Basically right where we stopped. Technical issues resolved, I think. Oh, you know I can still kind of hear it. It's this fucking subwoofer.
Oh.
Down there.
I wish you could disconnect the subwoofer from the back of the speaker.
Yes, I can. I'll do that later. I don't want to get up again. Or is it annoying?
No,
I can't even really hear it.
I only heard it when I took the headphones off.
Okay, fighting. There's some fighting. I think this will be the only fight in all 5 movies.
I hope so.
Now, these bad Transformers, I believe, are called Decepticons. But you know what's funny? Aren't all Transformers kind of by their very nature a bit deceptive?
Because they transform?
Yeah, actually, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of the world, of this very real world. Michael Bay is in full effect here. Everything's exploding, and now we cut to a serene, what appears to be a high school.
Nice high school.
And we are met with
much nicer
Shia
than my high
LaBeouf.
school.
Yeah, I mean, that place looks ridiculous compared to my high school, too.
Is that Spider-Man?
Yes, Shia LaBeouf is in Transformers playing Peter Parker.
No. I mean the guy that shot the rubber band. He looks a lot like the...
Andrew Garfield?
No, he looks a lot like the new kid, Tom Holland. Like,
This is 2007, man. That kid is probably in diapers still.
Yeah, I know, but the guy had a very similar face to Tom Holland.
I'll have to see it again, and I don't think we ever will see it again now.
Probably not.
Oh, we might. So he's Sam Witwicky, silly name. He's the protagonist of these movies. Until we get to the fourth one, when it switches out for Mark Wahlberg, which is much more hilarious.
What happened to Shia LaBeouf? I thought he was going to do like a video project the entire like Trump presidency.
He only did the one, as far as I know.
Yeah, but I thought it was supposed to go all 4 years.
He was going to stand out there screaming, "He will not divide us," or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was the plan. Whatever happened to that?
He probably got bored and wanted to go get loaded.
That makes sense.
He seems like actually kind of cool guy as far as like successful actors go, but I don't really know.
If I was a rich, successful actor, I'd probably be loaded 24/7. To be quite honest with you.
Oh, of course, no shade on that. I'm just saying I know he likes to get fucked up.
I mean, yeah, it's everything I know about him. He doesn't seem like a bad guy.
That guy does not look like Tom Holland.
He looks a lot like Tom Holland.
He looks exactly not like Tom Holland.
Like a big Tom Holland.
Like someone grew Tom Holland, widened his face.
Someone injected Tom Holland with steroids.
Squared his jaw, made his hair bright blonde.
Yeah, just like him.
Made him about 10 feet taller. So Sam Witwicky, he's giving some presentation about his explorer like grandfather, which I think ends up playing into the movie later. There's this whole thing in this series about the Witwickies basically being like the chosen bloodline of the Transformers, but plot-wise, the whole thing gets very convoluted, and that's kind of what I think might be the more entertaining thing about these dumb movies is that every movie, like the entire world mythology, basically gets turned on its head and changes in contradictory ways. Like in the first movie, I mean, like everybody knows, the Transformers are like an alien race from a far off planet. And they're looking for some shit. They're looking for this like magical cube or whatever. But like by the time we get to the fifth one, it involves actual Merlin from like Arthurian legend. And I don't know. I think the fourth one has... Oh, you're going to like the fourth one, man. You said you liked... What was that dinosaur thing you watched?
Are there dinosaurs in the fourth one?
Yes, there's like dinosaur Transformers.
Great.
that the regular Transformers use as like beasts of burden, like slaves. I guess it sounds like I know a lot about Transformers, but honestly, this all comes from listening to We Hate Movies podcast doing their series of episodes on the first four movies. Or maybe they did all five. I don't remember. What was our take on Fast and Furious? There weren't really good actors in those movies, were there? Oh no, there are. There are eventually. Like Charlize Theron shows up. I can't think of who else though now. Oh Jesus. Bolivia's petting zoo? So I guess this used car salesman played by what's this guy's name again?
Oh, I'm terrible in names.
See, it's this fearful white guilt part of me that's afraid of guessing because he's black, and I'm afraid I'm going to say another black man's name, which is by definition racist. It's Bernie Mac, right? Fuck, am I wrong? Am I wrong about that? Whatever. It's this stand-up. I think he's like a stand-up comedian who always plays the comic relief in movies. I'm afraid I'm confusing him with another guy that I always think I confuse this guy with. But I confuse plenty of white people together, so get off my back, woke police. Oh, damn. This yellow car just like came to life. It looks like it's foreshadowing that this car might transform somehow. Now the car just blasted its radio on its own so loud that every window except its own windows shattered from the noise. Continuity error there, Michael Bay. Actually, what? I didn't notice if its own windows shattered or not, but I don't think they did. Now we see Jon Voight, Hollywood's racist grandfather.
He's racist?
I don't know. There's Haley Joel Osment / Will Menaker. The bearded guy.
Was that really?
No, it's just he kind of looked like him to me for a second. Yes, it's really Will Menaker.
Haley Joel Osment, I mean.
No,
No, it's not.
The Haley Joel Osment assance hadn't started in 2007, I don't believe. It's a little later. So Jon Voight's character is the Secretary of Defense. And he's talking about the attack of these alien creatures, these Decepticons. The DoD's been hacked. It's very important to recognize that these movies are funded very much like directly by the Pentagon, by the Department of Defense.
Why would they fund movies?
Free propaganda. Well, not really free, but I mean, kind of next to nothing, really. A lot of bang for their buck. I mean, they throw a lot of money at these movies, but I think a lot of times they don't even have to throw money, cash. Like, they just let movies use like military equipment and military bases and stuff. And then in turn for that, you know,
well, I'm glad
they expect something back. I don't know why. That might be the only line that I unironically laugh at in these whole movies. All of these movies. Shia LaBeouf just said to his little dog with a broken foot, "Come on, buddy, you want your pain pills?"
I want my pain pills.
Sam Witwicky's parents, also a sort of comic relief. Oh boy.
What a great car.
It's going to become even a greater car. Is your mic all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Sorry, I was zoned out a little bit.
No, I mean it just sounded like whatever. It's good. Back to the military operation. There's this character, I can't quite remember what she does.
She's the wife of the military guy.
Oh, okay. See, again, I confused a white person with another white person. I thought it was the blonde girl who was in the briefing.
No, that's the press person. That's
she's a journalist?
Yeah, that's April O'Neil.
Okay, April. Just keep imagining you're watching a Ninja Turtles movie and you might enjoy yourself more.
I've never seen the Ninja Turtles movie.
The Michael Bay ones?
Oh, yeah.
I think we talked about this.
I'm a little bit afraid of them.
They're really terrible too, but like I feel like it's like a cultural thing you have to partake in for some reason. I've actually seen both of them, and I will say the second one is markedly better somehow. I think they maybe learned from some of their horrid mistakes in the first one.
The first two Ninja Turtle movies are so good.
Yeah, the ones with like without CGI are classics.
I remember when Pizza Hut was giving out the soundtrack for the movie, but if you bought a pizza
on cassette tape.
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, the first movie or the second movie?
First movie.
What the fuck was on the soundtrack of the first movie, though? This is just like a score.
Maybe it was the second movie.
It was the
second one that had the Vanilla Ice bit.
Yeah,
right?
The second movie had the infamous Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
Mm.
Man, I fucking loved that shit when I was a kid. I have gone back to those movies in, I don't know, the last 5 or so years, and the first one is still pretty entertaining. Second one is pretty fucking bad, but in an entertaining way. Third one, I kind of want to rewatch it to see how terrible it is. The one where they travel back in time to feudal Japan. Now there's some classic jock. So, see, I was going to say jock versus nerd, but we're in the year 2020. This is Chad versus Virgin. And Megan Fox is literally in between the two of them right now. She's also metaphorically in between the Chad and the Virgin. She, of course, has to be with the Chad. But eventually, the Virgin might Chadify himself in some way, in some transformative way. Megan Fox is being set up here as the independent-minded eye candy. I mean, it's an interesting Michael Bay contradiction. She famously hates Michael Bay, called him a Nazi, which got her kicked out of the franchise.
But then she got put in his Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah, I think because... I don't know why, actually. Maybe they just like mended their ways. Mended their ways. That's not a phrase. For posterity, folks, it's a Sunday morning. It's now 11:16, and I'm feeling pretty jacked up on coffee and smoothed out by whiskey. It's not a bad Sunday so far.
I'm still waking up.
Look at the fucking bumblebee.
Yeah.
air freshener.
Biatch.
It's a little on the nose.
It says biatch.
Damn. Here comes some comedy.
I don't get
That's really kind of sad.
His arms really aren't that small.
No, they're not.
I mean,
but he's a good actor, so he did that move like in a really dorky way.
Yeah.
That I don't think any human on real Earth would ever do, no matter how virginified they were.
I'm always showing girls my guns.
Yeah, but in that way where you're like pretending to point at something behind you.
Of course, man.
You're like, hey, look over there. And now the car is, again, controlling itself, and Shia LaBeouf looks the fool. Okay, spoiler alert, this yellow car is going to turn into maybe the second most famous Transformer character, Bumblebee. And I'm thinking now that Bumblebee is trying to get his owner, his master, laid.
That's nice of Bumblebee.
Or this is just a plot device because this is like probably the most famous shot of the whole movie. At least it was to, I don't know, every red-blooded American man who saw the trailer for the movie. It's like the most gratuitous, like, male gaze, body ogling shot where Megan Fox is trying to fix the car. And she's revealing that she's very knowledgeable about cars. And Shia LaBeouf is getting very horny while watching this. I mean, he's supposed to be what, like 16, 17 in this movie?
Something like that. They look really old, though.
Yeah, I mean, Megan Fox looks like she's like 30. Also, I think we talked over it, but I was watching some clips of the movie earlier to prepare for this, and this sounds like I was like jerking off to it. I was watching clips of this scene where she shows off her body. No, but like during that scene, she says something like, "It's supposed to squirt fluid into this part over here." It's like all this like sexually charged language with squirting and whatnot.
Huh.
Fun. Yeah. You guys just drove.
They had to be driving for a while, man. It's dark now.
I guess, but they showed like zero fun occurring.
How fucking long was her walk?
Oh yeah, it is totally dark now. She lives 6 towns over, but she's so hot he just had to do it. Maybe that's what they're...
Well, that makes sense to me.
The thing about Michael Bay is he doesn't give a fuck about the subject matter so much. As long as he can suck the military's dick and make big explosions happen, that's kind of all Michael Bay wants out of the movies he directs.
It makes me want to watch Con Air.
Con Air wasn't Michael Bay, though, but
yeah,
it's like the Michael Bay... It's what would have been Michael Bay's best movie if he had directed it.
maybe
Con Air is still fun, but
I guess they're not journalists.
Out of all those movies that came out around the same kind of mid to late 90s, I still think Face Off is the best of all of them. I will rewatch Face Off pretty much any any day.
I don't support Scientology movies. Unless it's Top Gun.
I bet, I'm trying to remember all the people in Con Air. I bet at least 3 of those guys are probably Scientologists now. Oh, Jesus. This is supposed to be George W. Bush.
I guess so. I guess 2007.
Did you hear that voice? That was like a really bad Bush impression, and they just showed his red socked feet. And he wants ding dongs. Can you wrestle me up some ding dongs, sweetie? That was as good as the impression was. Oh, the other thing about these movies is that not only automobiles can transform, we learn that other electronic devices can all just become sentient robots, such as boomboxes and like toaster ovens and shit like that. I think there's more of that maybe in the second movie. But then I think it also just disappears because there's no real continuity between any of these movies. Oh, gross. Why'd you...
You've never eaten a cake off the floor?
No.
No, I have. It was there for 5 seconds. It's fine.
Wonder who started the 3 or 5 second rule.
I think the Johns had a podcast episode about it once.
Are you serious?
Yeah, on their Freakonomics podcast.
Really?
I've listened to it at some point.
What does that have to do with anything that those guys usually talk about?
The economics of food hitting the floor, man.
Oh, so you mean it probably came from like people being so poor?
Something like that.
That actually makes sense, actually. So there appears to be some sort of Decepticon that is morphing into different electronic objects on Air Force One with the obvious but not named George W. Bush. We should also say these movies, their span goes from the very, like the end of the Bush era until the very beginning of the Trump era, encompassing all of the Obama era. I think we'll see some of that reflected throughout. I mean, all the movies from top to bottom are just like commercials for the United States military in a way, but...
Do you want to join the military now?
Yeah. In fact, I'll see you later. Can you lock up?
Sure.
I gotta go. I gotta catch a plane to America.
Nah, man, you can actually just go to the military base and talk to a
right,
recruiter
there
there.
are several of those here.
Just show up.
It'd be funnier though if I just flew to went to San Diego. There's a huge base in San Diego, right?
Probably.
There is. There's like a huge naval base there, I think. Maybe the second largest one in the continental U.S. besides the one in Texas.
Are all the good guy Transformers cars and all the bad guy Transformers not cars?
That's a good question. I think the bad ones also form into automobiles, though. Yeah, they do. They do.
I mean, I just remember Starscream. That's the one who turns into a fighter jet.
That sounds about right.
Because I thought Starscream was cool when I was a
think
kid.
the movies add a bunch of
Oh, no. I think evil Transformers are cop cars in this movie.
Really?
I think I remember that.
That probably happens at some point. I know at another point in a different movie than the first one, there's some point where they're all like, what do you call them? This is slang term.
Cop is very stoic about the little robot in there.
Yeah, wait, why is this cop not noticing this?
He did. He looked at it and then was like, yeah, whatever.
What the fuck? I don't understand. Is he somehow invisible? What is this cop's deal? What's going on? Okay, so there's also something with these. Maybe he's just like, I don't get what just happened there.
Maybe you're not.
They don't. Oh wait. Mild spoiler alert. There are certain Decepticons that can take the form of people. So I guess maybe that's what that was. We'll find out. So now Sam Witwicky's car is driving itself away, and thinks that I was just about to say he probably thinks he's probably calling 911 and saying there's a black male driving my car away right now. Sorry, that shit's not funny. But it's just so true. The way that you see what kind of neighborhood they live in, like super fucking rich. If someone's car was stolen, I'm almost certain that's the kind of 911 call they'd make. But since he's our protagonist, he can't be outright racist.
Have you ever stolen a car?
No, but I know you almost did. You want to tell that story?
I'll tell it another time.
I mean, there's not much to the story, but
I'll save it for another day.
All right. I mean, it is relevant to the car theme. You know, I just realized the other connective tissue between the Fast and Furious and this. Cars.
Oh, yeah. And girls who are mechanics.
Oh, yeah. Michelle Rodriguez has a very similar, like, intro scene in that first movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like the crop top or whatever.
I have a feeling that Michelle Rodriguez has turned into more of a... Actually, I have no clue what the character arc of... What the fuck is the name of the girl in this movie?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. I always forget her name. I don't know what her character arc is. Maybe she turns into like a strong female character. I felt like Michelle Rodriguez actually became a fairly like strong female character by the end of that series.
Yeah, but like the whole amnesia plot.
Oh yeah,
just makes her like totally weak and like blubbering and confused as well. And she also just like ends up marrying or whatever. I don't know if they get married. I don't remember. God, that was too many movies in a row. On that note, the Fast and Furious marathon was approximately 16 hours long. Sounds insane just to say it out loud. This one will be a little shorter. But see, there were 8 of those movies, totaling 16 hours. There are 5 of the Transformers movies, totaling about 12 hours. I think I already said that.
Why are they so long?
It's Michael Bay, man.
Why are movies so long?
He works in excess. Michael Bay can't cut a single frame of his beautiful action sequences.
I think movies are too long these days.
Yeah.
I think a lot of movies need to be about 30 to 45 minutes shorter, and they'd actually be a lot better.
I agree. I think that's like a kind of a wide consensus, but for some reason, like the trend, like the Marvel movies and like the new Star Wars movies, like they're all like they've taken the reins over like film culture, and for whatever reason, those movies have to be 2.5 hours long, like minimum. And that's just become the new like standard. Before, I think the standard at one point was like 90 minutes more. And then it was like,
yeah.
Then it just keeps going up, because then we used to always round it to around 2 hours, right? Like, oh, yeah. It's a 2-hour movie, but like now it's like 220, 230 seems to be the standard.
I think like every Marvel movie is like 3 hours.
Well, I mean, the fucking last big one was, yeah. But yeah, these Transformers movies have no fucking reason to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, which I believe the fifth one is something like that.
You know what would have made these Transformer movies better? If there were more Transformers in them. Why are there so many humans? I don't remember there being humans in the cartoon.
Dude, you're gonna eat those words later. When it, like, to me, the scenes that are the most boring are like the extended fight sequences between CGI robots.
That's not what I mean. I mean, I want character development among the robots. And none of the
Okay,
humans.
those scenes are funny when the robots are just sitting around talking with each other. That shit's hilarious. But I'm saying, like, Michael Bay being Michael Bay, you're going to get plenty of robot on robot action. Like, right now, these dumb characters, the way they're talking, like, I actually don't even know what's going on here right now. You just buy some pills? Didn't he just throw him a fucking thing of pills?
That was his dog's pain pills.
Wait, I totally lost thread. I don't know what those guys are doing.
It's a cop.
The guy with the gun?
Yeah.
Why are the cops messing with Sam Witwicky with Shia LaBeouf?
Because they caught him in a construction site.
Okay.
That was off limits.
All right. That's a trope you don't hear too much of anymore these days. When someone says something really technical and then the character goes, "English, please." I don't think that's been used effectively since, like, Back to the Future when what is the main character's name in Back to the Future?
Marty McFly.
When Marty McFly would say to Doc, "English, Doc," like when they're in a real tough like a tough spot. Now there are some the CGI I think is okay for 2007.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think it's fine.
It's actually kind of holding up better than I would have expected it to, but that's like where the majority of the fucking money goes, of course, in these things. But so there's some sort of like scorpion. Well, it's like exactly a scorpion-looking Decepticon attacking soldiers somewhere. I believe they're still in Qatar, but they might have globe hopped somewhere else in the Middle East. I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter. Here's Timothy Oliphant's younger or older brother taking control of the situation like the alpha Chad he is. Man, the attempts at comedy are... boy. Wait. Is this for real? Like, what? Hilarious banter during a shootout with a scorpion bot. Wait, why is he... he's trying to get through to the Pentagon, and for some reason he has to talk to this... I don't understand this either. Is the Transformers too cerebral for me? Do I not get it?
Maybe.
I'm having a good time. I suggest you drink more.
I'm working on it.
No, you're not. I mean, whatever. Do what you gotta do. I mean, I guess you probably should probably smarter to pace yourself. Especially since I said the movies don't get really interesting till the third one. But I don't know. I don't remember any of this. I've never seen any of these movies from beginning to end. I've never seen, say, this part. I basically don't think I've seen any of what we've been watching so far, except for the
car scene.
Yeah, the car scene. Yeah, you know the one car scene in Transformers. damn fine cup of coffee. I'm going to pat myself on the back and say Irish coffees were a little bit of a stroke of genius. Learning our lesson from the last marathon, where all we did was drink heavy beers.
These Transformers seem very weak.
Well, the Decepticons haven't sent in the real heavies yet. They're kind of just testing out the waters, maybe. Because this is like a new planet to them. It's like a scouting mission, maybe. Actually, I have no idea.
Does it take them six movies to take over the Earth?
First of all, there's only 5, unless you're counting the Bumblebee movie, which is disconnected from the timeline of these 5 movies. And Michael Bay has nothing to do with that one.
I've heard that one's actually good.
That's the one I've heard is actually good as well, because Michael Bay had nothing to do with it. It's more like a Spielbergian, like a kid, like a Iron Giant.
Which is what these movies should have been to begin with.
Yeah, but then you don't get the hardcore jingoistic military propaganda shit. Oh, Spielberg actually produces all of these movies, by the way. And back to the thing about Megan Fox getting fired. The word on the street is that it was Spielberg's decision because he was very sensitive to the idea of Michael Bay being called a Nazi, even though she just meant it in the term of like, he's a real control freak on the set or whatever. She wasn't saying like he's a fucking white nationalist. But yeah, it was. So I guess Michael Bay didn't really give a shit. It was just Spielberg who was like, no one calls my director of my giant money-making scheme a Nazi. Also, it's their way of saying how easily replaceable they view Megan Fox as being. Again, like I said, once we get to the 3rd movie, you'll see how like they don't even. Jesus. Anthony Anderson. I know this guy's name. See, I know some black actors' names right away. I don't confuse them all together.
That's good. I confuse everyone together.
I know. I was just about to say, you've got no room to criticize me on that front.
But I mean, it's literally everyone that I confuse together.
That's true. You don't see color. You don't see faces. You don't hear voices. It's all just like
it's very confusing.
I think it's all just binary for you. You're like the fucking Terminator. You just see a stream of ones and zeros. And you're like, and Coulter?
I wish I was a failed Terminator. Just a machine sent from the future to kill something that just decided to live its life as I do.
I really want to take that out of context and just use it somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere it's just going to be you saying, I wish I was a failed Terminator. My whole life, I always wanted to be a made man. It's just like Goodfellas, but it's you going, my whole life, I always wanted to be a failed Terminator. Okay, I don't know who this guy is supposed to be or
He's
why
a computer hacker guy, dude.
Okay. So the journalist is visiting her computer hacker friend.
I don't even know if she's a journalist. I think she works for the Pentagon as a computer hacker.
She's actually not a journalist. I remember just from one of the other unnecessary smash through clearly fake glass. Man, the comic relief's really getting you, man.
All the police are bad guys in this movie, it seems.
Yeah, it was the FBI. But see, here's the thing about Michael Bay. He's not like He's he's like a libertarian. Like, he loves the military, but he hates the government. He hates government bureaucracy. So yeah, he's not even really making the FBI look good necessarily, at least not yet. Now Shia LaBeouf is being chased by his sentient car while he's riding a girl's bicycle, bright pink, and he just ate shit right in front of
Burger King.
Oh yeah,
Love product placement.
So much product placement in these movies. This is probably not the first example, but that's very egregious. The Burger King sign is so prominent, right behind like sexy Megan Fox's face.
What happened to his mountain bike from earlier? Did he leave it at the construction site?
Yeah, probably.
Why do people always have such shitty bikes in movies?
What about that movie you like, Premium
Rush? That movie's fucking great. I love that movie.
He probably has a good bike in that one.
He does.
He's wearing a Strokes t-shirt, I just realized.
Shia LaBeouf's not in Premium Rush, though.
No, but it's a movie with good bikes.
It is a movie with good bikes.
You made the sweeping generalization that all movies have shitty bikes.
That's true. They don't all have shitty bikes. A lot of them do, though.
Oh, wait, I forgot. You actually know about bikes. I don't really know anything about bicycles. Bicycles. Oh, it's his mom's bike.
This cop's a Terminator.
Yeah. Decepticon, if you want to be real accurate. See, like...
It's amazing.
I'm about to say something...
Exactly how cops act in real life.
I'm about to say something here that I need to qualify right after I say it. Michael Bay's not necessarily a bad director. He's just a terrible storyteller. Like, he doesn't, like I said before, he doesn't give a fuck about to him what are like the minor details. Like, does this story make sense? Is this story like interesting?
He's like
well, actually, even that, it's just I disagree with his like the politics of his movies, I guess.
A visual storyteller, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying is like like that scene where that we just saw where the car was like slowly shoving him back and back. That was like compelling little bit of action. That wasn't even like huge explosion action, which I find once shit starts exploding, I start to get bored usually in movies because it just goes on too long and it's all CG and like it just becomes very like unengaging to me because it's just like, oh look, I'm watching 2 CGI. It's like in a lot of the Marvel movies too, in the big climactic fight scenes, like my eyes just fucking glaze over.
You don't like the third acts?
Not really. Like that big. I think
every Marvel movie ends with a giant third act.
Yeah, and a lot of them, even in some of those movies that I liked, I'm just like, okay, just fucking get to it. Like we know what's gonna happen, basically. Like even what was it? Thor Ragnarok, a movie I liked.
That movie was great.
But the big scene at the end when like the fucking giant fire monster god, whatever it is, just starts like swallowing up the whole city. I'm just like, get on with it, please.
I'm just imagining a world where Michael Bay decides to remake Midsommar.
Oh, I was just about to say I would kill myself, but no, I would kill Michael Bay.
No, you would watch it.
No, I mean, of course I would have to. I would be like hating every second of it. I'd go on like a literal letter writing campaign to Ari Aster. I would send him physical letters in the mail just say, please God, no, don't give the rights away to this.
Why did you allow this to happen? I don't understand anything in life anymore.
I would try to convince him to like retroactively like pull the rights back to himself or whatever. I don't even know who owns the rights to Midsommar. Probably A24. Now we've revealed, finally, Bumblebee.
I think he was revealed earlier.
Was he?
Maybe.
No, he wasn't.
Not really.
Oh, was he?
I don't know.
Am I not paying attention? I feel like this is the first time he's truly unfolded from the car.
Oh.
Maybe not. Doesn't fucking matter. It's the first time. Okay, folks, it's the first time I've noticed it in this viewing. And now it's a big robot fight. And Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf are running out of the way.
They're not freaking out as much as I feel like they should be.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you would probably be in a bit of shock if you saw something like that happen, but yeah, the reaction's a little underwhelmed.
I guess they are running away, but
I think they've also realized at this point that there's some weird robot shit going on, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because he was just attacked by a sentient cop car like 3 minutes ago. And now Shia LaBeouf is, for comic relief, or maybe it's supposed to be sexy. He's in his his unflattering boxer shorts.
They're comfortable though. They're breezy.
Yeah,
Way better than briefs. I
It'd
don't
be
care
funny-
what anyone says.
funny if he just started hanging brain by accident and it showed it in this movie. I hate the term hanging brain. Why did I use it?
I've never heard that term before.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's a fucking gross term, but
Man, he's got a nice kick.
who?
He just kicked that head like a fucking like soccer player would kick something. Like the
Shia LaBeouf?
yeah, he just kicked it like he's fucking Hal's brother in Infinite Jest.
Nice ref. Oren LaBeouf.
He was a NFL punter.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I took from that book, man.
What is this Japanese business?
That makes sense. It's a giant robot.
Well, and the Transformers are Japanese, I believe.
No, they're not.
No, the toys like came from like they were just basically purchased from a Japanese
No,
character line.
I thought the toys were like.
I mean, they're
kind of,
basically like Gundams.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought they were like loosely based on like before the Transformers TV show came out in America. There was like a small like era, late 70s, early 80s, where they had aired Gundam 79, and what's the other one? Macross had got a small showing on US TV, and Bubblegum Crisis. But I think an American line made Transformers, but they're kind of loosely based on all the Gundam shit.
It's not even loosely. It seems pretty like.
Well, loosely in that all of those shows, the mechs are piloted by like pilots, and they're actually like good shows.
Well, that's like the definition of Gundam, right? Is like a person is inside of it, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a mech.
Do you know that movie? What's it called? RoboJocks. Have you ever heard of that movie?
No.
It's like an American, like an early take on American take on like the Gundam genre or whatever. It's kind of like a classic B movie. One of my friends growing up in high school, she was the only person I knew who had a Laserdisc player, because her dad was really into like the early Laserdisc tech back in the day. They had Clockwork Orange on Laserdisc. They had all these movies that you like wouldn't expect for some reason on Laserdisc, but they also had RoboJocks.
It's awesome. I'm going to have to watch RoboJocks because I've never heard of it.
It's like a hilarious B movie about, it's just like straight up Cold War propaganda. Like the US Gundam fights like the Soviet Gundam. And it's just got some really great like, B movie tropes in it. I mean, I saw it so long ago, but I just remember laughing my ass off at it. Is Megan Fox suddenly, is she starting to fall for the Virgin? It seems like it.
That makes sense.
He's still really advertising that Strokes t-shirt. It's very clean too, considering all the dirt he's been rolling around in. Ooh, look at those moves Bumblebee's got.
Oh, he was copping in another car.
So do you know how Bumblebee communicates?
Through buzzing?
No, he like doesn't. I think it changes from like.
Look, it's an homage to Quentin Tarantino.
Why, the music?
Yeah. Yeah, and the car thing. They played this
What music is that from? Like, or what movie?
It's from Kill Bill, and it's from the sick ass scene where, well, there's two homages there. There's Bumblebee being like the yellow Bruce Lee paint job.
Yeah.
Or the bride's paint job. And there's the sick motorcycle scene when she first gets to Tokyo and she's being followed by the French lady who is driving. Who's driving the Nissan 300Z, which is one of my all-time favorite cars.
Damn, you really did watch that movie in the theater like 8 times.
Maybe.
It's a great movie.
Love it. Tarantino's also a weeb.
But yeah, that music was that that music definitely is from Kill Bill, though, right?
Yeah.
Is it from that scene?
It is from that scene.
Okay.
And it's just the colors. It's the car thing.
Oh, damn. America is getting lit up.
Good. I hope this happens in real life.
By Decepticons.
I would feel a bit better about the world if we were under attack by Decepticons.
I mean,
I bet humanity would actually unite.
Oh, see that, but that was just heartwarming right there. The little girl had a little satchel to put her lost teeth in under her pillow. I don't want people like that to get blown up. But I know what you mean. a lot of Earthlings really have it coming to them. It'd be great if they just targeted like all the fucking pedophiles and elites.
I just want Earth to have a common enemy.
That's what I was about to get at. Is like, there's always this notion that like, if we were attacked, like the Independence Day scenario, right? Where like the Earth comes together because now we've got a collective like enemy. I have a really like cynical feeling that like even if we were under attack by aliens, that like the MAGA people would either side with the aliens or go against them, and then the liberal people would just do whatever the opposite
do the same thing. No, I think people would get in giant arguments about it. Actually, I feel like that's like a really good section of the second part of the Remembrance of Earth trilogy. The award-winning books by Jules Zine that starts with the third body problem that kind of deals with what would happen if an Earth-ending
extraterrestrial species came.
Yeah, and humanity would most likely just like bundle all their politics and handle it very poorly.
Argue itself to death.
Generally handle things poorly.
That makes me want to read the books even more, and I already really wanted to read them, but now it seems Optimus Prime has just arrived on Earth. Now,
why haven't they made a GoBots movie yet?
I don't know what that is.
It's like the cheaper, like it's like the Dollar General version of Transformers.
Dollar General.
Worse animation, worse toys.
So the thing is I guarantee there are like sci-fi channel level like rip-offs of Transformers movies already. Like there must be. Like, because they do it with every like major kind of franchise. Yeah. No, there are. I remember hearing about it or seeing the cover, the poster or something. It was literally called like Transporters instead of Transformers, and it was like just this clear, really cheap knockoff version of the movies. I wonder why those movies even get made. It seems like it's just literally sinking money into the ground, but that could be a whole other podcast episode maybe, is going into all those kind of knockoff movies.
There must be cases where the knockoff movie is actually better than the real movie.
Maybe. Or at least more entertaining, like in a B movie kind of way.
Why does Optimus Prime look so sad?
Because he's got soulful blue eyes. Oh, back to the Bumblebee thing. So the way he communicates is by
Music?
oh, hang on a second. This is here's where the race relations really come in. That robot that just did that fucking like dance move and sat down on the other car. Ironhide. How can you tell the difference between these fucking robots? All I can
Color
tell
schemes, man.
Yeah, but that Ironhide basically looked like the other one.
Oh, don't be racist.
I mean, Bumblebee's all yellow and shit.
You can't see the difference between.
Okay, well, listen.
Transformers?
Here's what I'm trying to get at. He can't speak on his own, so he just remixes like Earth sounds, like from the radio and from music and from whatever, to like make his speech patterns.
I wish that's how I talked.
He just quoted like Muhammad Ali in trying to describe something. But then, like, at certain points, his regular voice box does come back, I guess, and then it goes away, and they try to do quote-unquote funny stuff with it. But there is a robot, a good robot, named Jazz, and I think that's the one that just was, like, literally jive talking, and then, like, did that dance move, and it's, like, an absurd, like, basically, like, blackface level like stereotype. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. All right. So here's the origin story. Now, keep in mind when we watch the other movies that this origin story basically completely vanishes and without explanation, and they replace it with another origin story that's more absurd.
That grandfather, he was the guy that played the first mate in Hook, right?
No, that's Bob Hoskins.
That's not Bob Hoskins?
We've talked about this before.
Have we?
I've definitely told you that Bob Hoskins was Smee in Hook.
That's
and
not Smee.
It blew your mind. No, but that guy does look familiar to me. But what he looks like to me is like this neuroscientist, Oliver a pop neuroscientist. I'm not being a total fucking nerd.
A pop neuroscientist.
Yes, he's very famous. Oliver Sacks. They made a movie about him with Robin Williams called Awakenings.
Okay.
He wrote some really, really interesting books about like really weird neurological disorders, I guess.
Well, as they say, my teacher, my teacher. Wait, is that what they say?
I don't even know what you're getting at. But the glasses, okay? His grandfather's glasses. They just made an eBay reference.
The glasses are a cube.
No, they have like the coordinates or something of where the Allspark is. The Allspark is this cube that I guess if the bad robots get it, will help them destroy the Earth. And that's the whole reason all these robots are on Earth, is looking for this fucking cube, which is called the Allspark, which is a hilariously dumb name. And yeah, so it's a race to the cube between the good robots and the bad robots.
Why do they want to destroy the Earth again?
Because they're just, well, I mean, I don't know 100% for sure, but I think they're just, they're like an imperial, like, conquering species of robot.
Conquering's great and everything, but why would you destroy what you conquer? Donuts. Delicious donuts.
Maybe by destroy, they just mean, like, end life on the planet, and then, like, they probably want to, like, turn the Earth into, like, a big metal planet for themselves.
Man, he had a lot of fucking donuts.
Here's some more comedy stylings from Anthony Anderson. That guy ended up being a detective on the original Law & Order series at one point.
I didn't know that.
It was like at the lowest point that series was ever at, was when he was on it. And I'm a real Law & Order head. I know my shit. I still want to trying to figure out what she does work for the government in some capacity. She's not a journalist. Because otherwise, why would she have been in on that fucking conference with John Voight? This seems all like bad improv, doesn't it? Like that doesn't seem scripted. That seems like this. They're like, just go off, man. Just let it rip. And he's like, I just realized she has a non-American accent.
Yeah, she's been speaking with a government accent the whole time. I was going to say a British accent.
It's not British either, though. She sounds Australian.
The classic government accent.
From Australia.
Who is that actress? I just keep thinking that she's the blonde Michelle Fox, right? Michelle Fox.
Way off, man. It's fucking Megan Fox. Get it right.
I'll get names right.
Well, see, what's going to happen in the third movie, spoiler alert, is that Megan Fox will be replaced by a blonde Victoria's Secret model without any explanation. Like, they don't explain at all why.
But it's the same character, or new character?
No, it's a different character, but they don't explain where. I almost just fucking said Michelle Fox. Where Megan Fox, they don't explain why she's gone or why he's got a new girlfriend. Like, I think maybe they very briefly, like,
or why he keeps dating supermodels.
Well, exactly. That's the other thing. I mean, Shia LaBeouf, the actor, like, he can get it, I'm sure. But this guy's supposed to be a fucking virgin nerd. And somehow this dad is not noticing these
giant robots,
20-ton moving robots.
Well, I mean, I could believe that because my dad also refuses to notice most things. Like, actively.
Yeah, but I feel like if you refuse to notice something, you are thereby noticing it to some level. If you're consciously saying, I'm not going to notice that. Also, they're like shaking the earth as they walk around. See, the thing is like, this movie could be worse with a different actor. I got to give Shia LaBeouf credit. He's doing maybe the best he can with a dumb script. I really want to see the Shia LaBeouf movie, Honey Boy. Have you heard of that one?
I did, but I didn't see it.
Where it's like basically him like working through his own childhood actor issues.
Yeah. Where
he plays a parent of a child actor, I think. I think that's the basic plot, right? I've heard it's really good. Maybe I'll put that on as a palate cleanser when we complete our task. Even the parent characters, as kind of annoying as they are, is like kind of unimaginatively as they're written. What the fuck? No, I'm on record as saying like
he's lost the glasses, right?
The first two, I think so, yeah. As saying that I think the first two movies are going to be the least entertaining, but I don't mind this movie so far, at least for the purposes of why we're watching it, to kind of make fun of it and to later, you know, put a highfalutin, I don't know, whatever, kind of some sort of critical theory reading on it. I honestly haven't been bored yet. The parts I'm worried about getting bored by are like the interminable like robot fights. Yeah. But so far, there really hasn't been much of that. It's been fairly.
I liked that robot boxing movie.
With Real
Hugh
Steel?
Jackman, yeah.
That show's fucking hilarious. Oh, I'm sorry. You really liked it?
Oh, it's fucking great, man. Good movie. Good feel-good movie. About the perils of robot boxing.
Have you heard Mansoor Christman's take on that movie?
No.
He loves it as well.
It's really good.
It's on one of the Chapo episodes. The Chapo episode is called Real Steel America.
I might have to listen to it because I don't think I've listened to that episode.
It's kind of a recent-ish one.
Since I started podcasting, I haven't been keeping up with podcasts as much. Weird how that happens.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, it's good to be less tainted than I am, because I still listen to probably just as many podcasts as I always did, but check out that episode. It's a good one. Oh, man. Loving this breakfast.
You know what would really solve that? He could just have doors with no locks. I bet they lock their front door too. Have a fucking rule. No doors locked in my house except for the front door and the back door.
Was that a rule in your house?
No. I used to piss off. In university, I always left my door unlocked, and when I ended up, what my roommate was always pissed about, just like, oh, you leave the doors unlocked, because I always had this theory that if someone's going to break into your house or steal your shit, they were just going to break into your house to steal your shit. And I know people's like, you should make it harder for people. I just don't care enough. And it was real easy to just I got drunk a lot, and it was just easier to get inside if I knew the door was unlocked.
You just say, they think he was masturbating, and now they're having a quote unquote funny conversation.
They're not worried
between mom,
about
dad, and son about jerking
that he's
off.
covered in motor oil, masturbating.
The only line I really heard through all of our talking was him saying, "I don't masturbate." Oh man, the locked door thing just reminded me of like a really fucking. Maybe I shouldn't even talk about it.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Don't tell me about your masturbation.
Not even. Hey, man, I'm cooler than that.
Unless you want to.
No. Oh, man. Am I going to just say this?
So
Am I
good.
already drunk?
They're so good at hiding.
Jesus, this is absurd.
What are the neighbors thinking?
Apparently nothing. Nobody seems to be noticing. This house surrounded by 70-foot tall talking, very flashy robots. Awkward. Why would that be the first thing you say to a person? I mean, I guess it is Megan Fox, but still.
I mean,
oh, hi, gorgeous girl. We just caught our son jerking off with motor oil.
I can picture a mom saying that.
Immediately?
Yeah. Moms are awkward people.
I don't know. Anyway, one time my mom walked in on me getting a blowjob when I was in high school. It was really fucked up. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Sure that's okay to say?
Yeah.
Hey, you hand me that bag? Do you want one?
You're kidding about giant pretzels. Alright, forget that thing I said. Oh, man. So here comes, I guess, a second good example of an otherwise really good actor in a dumb movie. And for some reason, my dumb brain is blanking on this great actor's name. God damn it, why can't I think of it? It's fucking Barton Fink, man. Why can't I think of his name? Help me out here. Shit.
Tom Cruise.
Damn it!
Is your mic stem okay?
No.
I can see that. It just needs to
Now
transform
it's
into
better.
a giant robot.
I wish. John Turturro, that was the name I was like struggling to think of. Do you know that? I don't know if it's still happening, but I heard they're making either a movie. Yeah, they're gonna make like a standalone movie with his character from Big Lebowski, the Jesus. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I thought they already made it.
Did they?
I thought it was like got really bad reviews though.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay. That's really dumb that they even made that movie, because that scene was all you needed. He does look sad. Holy fuck. Ooh, class warfare. Shots fired. I'm still not sure who John Turturro is supposed to be yet. Is he a government man or not? Or is he just like...
He's a man in black. He works for Sector 7. Which, you know, is some...
No, he's just like a... He's like a conspiracy theorist, like author or something. Or am I thinking of a different character?
No, he's a government
this
man.
is a classic moment right there. John Turturro just got literally pissed on by Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Is he law enforcement or what? What is that shirt he's wearing? It's a SF7 for Sector 7? Why is he taking off all his clothes? I guess because he just got pissed on.
She asked him to.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, man. Just a second ago.
Man, I'm humming above on a whole nother plane of existence right now. I don't got time for dialogue. I'm only in it for the deep symbolism. I'm glad you're paying attention, though.
That CG looked really bad.
It went so fast, I didn't even get a chance to critique it. Up you get. Up you go.
English isn't Optimus Prime's first language.
I'm sorry. How insensitive of me. Man, I still just can't wait for the third movie. I don't want to hype it up too much, but you're in for a treat on that third one. There's so much absurd politics in that movie. And the moon. Dark of the moon.
Classic.
What is Michael Bay's best movie? It's got to be The Rock, right?
I didn't know he directed The Rock. That movie's okay.
I mean, it's got Nick Cage in a fucking tour de force. Although even that movie is as kind of, I don't know, dumb fun as it is. One of the last times I tried to rewatch it, I couldn't even make it through for some reason. Maybe just because I'd seen it before. It's just too long. Michael Bay's movies are just too fucking long. But yeah, without looking directly at his filmography, I think probably The Rock.
I don't know. His movie, The Royal Tenenbaums, is pretty good.
Michael Bay's Royal Tenenbaums. I'm sure that's like a YouTube comedy video somewhere already.
I'm kind of surprised he's never done a comic book movie. Well, I guess technically Ninja Turtles and Transformers are comic books or have been comic books.
They are. Apparently there's like a rich comic book history to the Transformers universe.
There's the Ninja Turtles started as a comic book, and the comics are actually excellent. The original run of comics are some of the best comics ever made.
I've heard that. Oh no, Bumblebee.
They're often on the top 50 best graphic novels list. If you ever look at top 50 list of random stuff. Bumblebee looks so sad.
Yeah, I was just about to say, this is the Iron Giant moment you were hoping for. Like, this is like, leave my friend alone. I do feel really bad for Bumblebee right now. It's working on me. Michael Bay's magic is working on me.
I just don't understand how these robots are being taken down by government officials.
Well, it's convenient for the plot, I guess. That's how. I don't know. They're not like invincible or anything. I think they just tied him up, and I don't know what they're spraying him with exactly. Maybe it's freezing him. It's like nitrous or something. Or not nitrous. Liquid nitrogen. That would be it, right? Look how delicately he picks up the glasses. That's some moving imagery right there. See, this is where the DoD comes in. The Chinese and the Russians. We'll take them out, sir. We will not let them get hands on our robots. You know, it's something that kind of messes with my mind is I didn't know for quite a while that Angelina Jolie's dad was Jon Voight. But as soon as I heard that, when I see Angelina Jolie, you know, and she's like, I don't know, more like widely considered like the most attractive woman on the planet in some ways.
That's not true anymore.
Well, she was, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's considered extremely beautiful, hot, whatever.
She was.
But I can see the facial features of Jon Voight on her face. And it weirds me out. Like, it sort of makes me imagine, like
I've never thought about it, but I guess every woman, every girlfriend I've ever been with, I do have this tendency to only see their dads in their faces. I just live with it.
Is that true?
It is.
All right.
Every girlfriend ends up looking like their dad.
My point was more thinking about, like, so what if, like, by some magic, like just some average person like me had the opportunity to fuck Angelina Jolie and was just like, sorry, babe, you're reminding me too much of Jon Voight right now. And just like rejected her.
Why would you want to hurt Brad's feelings like that?
They're broken up.
Oh. That makes sense.
That's old news, man.
I don't fucking know what.
Also, that's what I was imagining too, is like Brad Pitt being like, fuck, I can't stop seeing your old dad's face in your face when we have sex. Or in the reverse scenario, I see old Jon Voight and I'm like, God damn, he's sexy.
Was young Jon Voight sexy?
He's a good-looking guy, I guess, yeah. But now that I know his political views, every time I see him, I'm like, fuck this guy.
What are his political views? I thought Angelina Jolie was like kind of super liberal.
She is. I'm talking about Jon Voight. Jon Voight's like a super ultra mega like Trump guy.
Really?
Yeah.
No clue.
I think we've been over this on the podcast.
Forget.
Or maybe I was telling you about James Woods, because he's also that.
I'm of the opinion that actors. Well, actually, I kind of hate that people listen to actors' opinions on anything. Because they're fucking actors.
Yeah.
But then, why should anyone listen to my opinion on anything?
Yeah, who are you? What movies have you been in? No, I know what you mean. Like, they shouldn't really be taken any more seriously than the average person when they talk about politics, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of a celebrity that their job isn't just like study politics and culture or something, who actually I really like their takes on things. I'm sure there must be some, but I'm drawing a blank right now. I would have maybe said Susan Sarandon at one point, but she's totally just like capitulated to like all the same kind of.
I generally like Macaulay Culkin's takes on stuff.
He just seems like an apolitical kind of guy though, who wouldn't engage in political talk.
No, most of the political talk I've heard him, which is very little. I think he's kind of leftist.
He seems like a cool guy.
And as far as I can tell from following Mila Jovovich on the Twitter thing, if she ever wants to be on the podcast, she can, because she's super leftist.
Really?
Yeah. Can we get Mila Jovovich on the podcast? If you're listening, Mila, you're welcome anytime. I've got a couch.
So her politics are good, but her sense of what movies to be in is pretty fucking warped. Like, she's married to this
What's wrong with The Fifth Element? Has she been in other movies? What's wrong with Silent Hill? She was in Silent Hill, dude. Wasn't she? Or was she in Resident Evil?
She's in all the Resident Evil movies.
Resident Evil,
which are
pure
trash.
Are they?
I've never seen all of them, but the ones I did see were hurt me to watch. They were so bad. They were so dull. And like her husband is the director of I think all of those movies, and also is just like this hack director who's made other really shitty movies. Not that that means anything about her I have no idea about her political takes, but
she basically everything I've seen about her on Twitter recently is her bitching about all of Biden's cabinet choices and talking about how everything's fucking hopeless.
I need to add her to the Heat Death Pod. Heat Death Pod.
Like I was saying, she has
Twitter.
She has an open invitation to come as a guest.
I'm trying to do the second ever plug of our Twitter handle, or not handle, account.
I mean, I think it would be a good opportunity for her.
Yeah, we'll make you a star, honey. I just imagine how fucking awesome would it be if we got Trump on the podcast.
I'd be fine with that.
Fine with it. We'd become so famous. It'd be amazing. I would just, oh man.
I'd even eat a cheeseburger with him.
I'm just thinking of all the fucking funny angles you could take on like getting Trump for an interview, like especially on something like what we do. You could like pretend to wholeheartedly agree with every word he says. That would be, I mean, that's the angle I would actually go for, just to keep him on the phone longer. Be like, yes, sir, you were cheated out of the election. You should do a coup, and just like encourage him. And then we end up like changing the course of history by like making him actually do a military coup. Well, it wouldn't work anyway. Anyway, I put 4 shots into that.
Go ahead.
This container of coffee has 4 whiskeys in it. I'm trying to explain my reverie about the idea of getting Trump on the podcast. I'm getting intoxicated, folks. I think more so on coffee than anything right now.
You want Trump on the podcast, and I want Miss Jovovich on the podcast.
I want all of them on the podcast. I want every single person in the world. I want Neil Breen. I want
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, everybody. I've now probably tuned out the last like good solid 10 minutes of this movie, and I don't think it really matters. Seems to me they're gearing up to fight more robots. Allspark, what is that? It's some cube-looking thing. Wait, what's the big bad's name?
Megatron.
Right.
That's actually Crane.
Shredder! You're in my world now. What is it? Dimension X?
Yeah. Man, I used to think Yojimbo was the fucking coolest. The rabbit, the samurai rabbit with the sword.
I thought you were talking about the Kurosawa movie.
I think that's what the rabbit was based on.
Could very well be.
Come to think of it.
Yeah, that rabbit character was kind of cool, if I remember right.
Except for this cute little alien boombox.
Oh, we got subtitles on that.
So the Decepticons are smart in that they've figured out how to make holograms of humans to blend in with society better.
Oh, they're holograms.
Apparently.
Oh, that's why that cop was just sitting there, like. But the hologram even was like, sort of, but not really reacting to the little Decepticon. There's a flaw in your film logic, Mr. Man. What? Who the fuck makes these movies? Guy Madden? No, that's not the right word. Mr. Man. Michael Mann. Michael Bay.
This is a Michael Moore movie.
This is a Michael Moore joint. Ha 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 ha. Why the fuck is John Turturro suddenly wearing, like... Have we determined what his job is yet?
Yes, he's a military agent. He's a secret agent for, like, the Men in Black.
He just doesn't... doesn't look like one. I'm sorry to stereotype. He's too fucking old.
Too old?
Okay.
Suits are always old.
But why is he wearing a fucking beret and, like, the fucking, like...
Because he's, like...
He looks fucking ridiculous is what I'm trying to say right now. This outfit makes him look...
I wish I had a beret.
It's not impossible for you to get one.
I should start wearing, like...
If you showed up over here one morning with a beret on and just didn't say anything, my God, I would... You know what I would do? I would also not say anything, and it would be a game of chicken to see who mentions it first.
It would only be if I showed up in a beret, and then just every time you saw me, I was in a beret, and I just never mentioned it.
And I'd see how long I could go without mentioning it.
Anytime I went, you know, if we ever start going out again, I go to like one of you guys' shows. I go out to a bar, beret, black clothing all the time. I should do that. I can make it my new look. I'm going to get on Coupon now and order a beret.
Man, we're not even past the first movie yet. We're already ordering berets online.
I need a beret.
Fuck, are you really looking for one?
Beret. That's how you spell beret. There's no like there's no like military berets. Ooh, there's a nice red beret though.
I'm sure you could find one. I gotta get one of these. It's pretty nice. How often do you change out that part?
I want to say once a week.
You have to buy a whole new top thing?
Yeah, they're pretty cheap though.
Oh, okay.
It depends on how much you smoke. I smoke a lot. Probably could last a lot longer.
I mean, with vaping, like, yeah, it's different.
It's still cheaper
because you can just do it like whenever you want, here and there.
I'm sad to inform the podcast that I can only find French style berets, and that's not exactly what I wanted in my life. I'm just going to go have to find a green beret and beat him up and take his beret. That's the new plan.
Good luck.
We're finding the green beret or beating him up?
Both.
Thank you. Don't worry. I believe in myself. I've trained my entire life to take a beret from a green beret. I could probably just ask him for one. Or...
So John Turturro is in like some secret military thing. Is he CIA? I don't understand.
He's Unit 7.
He keeps saying S7, but the normal Marine guys just said S7 doesn't exist. They're treating it like he's a kooky lunatic, which I think, okay, because I know where some of this series ends up, I believe there's a point where John Turturro's character becomes like this wild conspiracy theorist. That's why I was saying, like, what the fuck is he supposed to be right now? Anyway, we'll see. I drink a lot of coffee. I need to even myself out. Just some whiskey. So I guess Bumblebee's back. I missed that part.
Well, he had been captured down there for a while.
Oh, have they just released him?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the cube?
It is. It's the Rubik's Cube.
The all Rubik's spark.
It's so tiny now.
I want to say my heart is pounding from the extreme action and tension of this amazing movie, but I think it's just the
you just need to drink more coffee.
Megatons of coffee that I've had.
If you make
today.
yourself used to it, you don't get those feelings anymore.
I'm just gonna drink whiskey until I get tired.
I've lived without sensation my entire life.
Well, you just pile on the caffeine and then it has a reverse effect eventually.
Something like that. I am Megatron.
Oh, so here's the big baddie.
All hail Megatron. How did I know he was going to say I am Megatron?
Because you're a fucking genius.
Thank you.
A film studies genius.
I know a good movie when I've seen one.
I'm going to make an outlandish prediction and say, when the big bad guy Megatron emerges, he's going to say, I am Megatron. See, here's the we're getting into the point of the movie where I'm really losing interest now, because it's all just fucking robot fights. Starscream.
I only care about the robots. I wish they would just smash all the people.
The subtitles here are misspelling the shortened term for microphone more as the name Mike, short for Michael. Interesting tidbit. to no one.
You don't hotwire computers. Motherfuckers. Hotwire a computer. What the fuck does that even mean? Stupid movie. This movie's just been ruined for me.
You were at a 10 out of 10 until just now.
Like, damn, this might be the best movie I've ever seen. No, I definitely didn't think that.
I don't know. He said it. It's on record.
Cars.
Okay, here's the other like dumb obvious thing, but like that I think a lot of people don't even think about when they watch these movies is, okay, I get the purpose of why they turn into like cars to blend in, but when they're in the middle of action scenes where it's already been revealed to the world, more or less, I guess, at this point, that these fucking kind of robot aliens exist, why would you ever transform back into a fucking truck?
Faster?
No, it's not faster. He can fly when he's as himself, when he's as Optimus Prime. He can literally fly into outer space at like the speed of light. And he's like, quickly, I must revert to my big rig truck self to chase the bad guy. Makes no goddamn sense, I'm telling you. I knew there was something unrealistic about these Transformers movies. Just nailed it.
Is there a scene where Optimus Prime drives out of a aircraft and parachutes into a desert? Because that'd be cool.
You know, I honestly wouldn't put it past these movies. Because I can't quite sync up in my mind just from memory when that Fast and Furious movie was released, but one of them might have copied the other.
I think they should do a crossover.
Let's
I think there should be a Fast and Furious Transformers crossover.
I think that would be amazing. It would probably make more money than any movie can ever make, ever. Like, it would be unbeatable for all time. Like, even if Hollywood movies went on to exist for another 1,000 years, nothing would beat that.
Are these movies popular, though? Do they make money?
Yes! They're extremely... Okay, here's the thing about these movies, though.
I didn't know if they made money or not. I thought these were like not.
Oh, no. They make tons of money. But the thing is it's mostly from international market.
Okay.
Like, they're huge in China. Huge. Not just China, but like Northeast Asia, I guess. Like, they're big here.
Are they?
Yeah.
Has like K1 seen all of them?
The first time I ever watched even a second of these was because she like left it on a TV when we were actually at a place that had like regular cable TV. They get played on Korean cable like constantly.
Okay.
That's where I've seen most of the bits and pieces, has been like when I'm at a hotel and we turn on the TV, like Transformers is like almost inevitably on at some point. Oh, sorry, dude.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just want my jacket.
I can shut it.
You can leave that open.
Okay. But yeah, I'll look up the box office stats, but like I know, like, otherwise, like even with like the sort of like sway that Michael Bay has, I don't think they would have made 5, and they're good. They're gonna make more. They basically made a Transformers movie every 2 years since this one, or released a new one, I should say. And they don't lose money domestically, I'm pretty sure, but they're not like crushing the box office necessarily either. But where they do is in when you combine like the worldwide market into it. And that's why eventually they start setting some of the movies in China, I think in like the third or fourth one. And the the product placement gets more and more extreme as the series goes on. Also like Fast and Furious. Like so far, actually, I haven't seen a product placement.
I don't know why it's funny to me. It's just such an overreaction from my friend Pete.
Okay, but anybody says they used to really be into Transformers, I'm a little suspect of anyway, but...
You were never a child. That's your problem.
He means like he was into the cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he meant like he liked the movies until recently.
No.
Well, yeah, he's a sexist. I guess probably homophobic. Yeah, he is a homophobic piece of trash. There's some real homophobic shit later on in this series. Yeah, Michael Bay sucks. Like, of course. What was I saying, though? Product placement. Yeah, the product placement just gets fucking out of control. And obviously, I think it's been clear that I've been, like, only half paying attention to this movie for most of it. But I haven't seen a product placement since that giant Burger King one. Did you notice anything else?
Unless you're counting the cars.
Okay.
Where's all that?
The cars are product placement for sure as well, but... I didn't see anything else. But I think, like, as the series goes on, like, the product placement just ramps up and up and up and up. Oh no, this is another, like, Iron Giant.
You know, that's a good movie.
Set. It's a great movie.
I would say it's almost as good as this movie.
I taught the novel to my students this year, and it was really kind of fun.
I like the novel, too.
I think
it's not like...
It's very different from the movie.
Yeah. You know... This has...
Like, there's none of that government angle in the book. It's all just, like... There's this Iron Giant. Nobody knows where he's from. Then he befriends a young boy. Then this insane, like, lizard monster from outer space lands on Australia and tries to eat the world until the Iron Giant, like, plays mind games with it and saves the day.
Sounds so much like my life. I thought that cube was supposed to weigh like tons. Sam is fucking strong.
Yeah, I don't know.
The movie earlier said that it was like weighed tons.
They did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice. Ooh, gratuitous classic Michael Bay slow-mo CGI.
With side breast.
Side breast? Why does that sound so much weirder than side boob? Come on, Decepticon punk. Which one is that? See, do you know what robot that is?
Which one? The tank or the...
No, the one that said Decepticon punk.
I think that's Ironhide.
You're probably right, actually. Where's Jazz?
He's not in this movie.
He's not in this one?
I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't think he is.
I guess that was Ironhide and early on that I thought was maybe Jazz. It's hard to tell. We gotta have the volume turned kind of low, folks, because the action scenes are too fucking loud for my old man ears. So mostly going by
Josh hates loud sounds.
Yeah. I tell my band to keep it down all the time.
I think your band would be a lot better if you guys mellowed out a bit. Like, replace your snare with a little, I don't know, just more hi-hats.
A beret.
just all hi-hats. Only play hi-hats.
I think I'll just play a set of berets, and it will sound a little something like this.
That'd be good. And, like, Keeman and Tommy should give up on their Git fiddles.
their electronic Git fiddle.
Give up on their electronic Git fiddles, and they can start playing...
recorders.
Oh, that's a good idea. I was actually thinking Keeman would play a clarinet and Tommy could play a banjo.
This sounds like the worst band ever made.
And Jude will play an accordion. while you play the berets.
So you just want us to become like one of these knockoff like Lumineers, Mumford and Sons shithead
like
bands.
some type of like 2007 pop folk band.
I think those bands are even like, I think of them more as like 2010s bands.
Maybe they are 2010.
That whole trend sucks so much. It's basically bands that wear vests and then play kind of quietly.
Man, I fucking love the Fleet Foxes, though. I don't know if they're part of that.
Fleet Foxes are not part of that,
Okay.
not in my mind at least.
I feel like they're the good version of that, though. As in,
they have harmonies. I think that's the only thing that really connects them to those
I guess
watered
so.
down shitty bands. But
Mumford and Sons fucking awful, though. Fuck that band.
I don't even know their music. I just know I hate them. Same with the other one, the Lumineers. I hate them sight unseen or sound unheard.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, here's the really... I mean, I guess if you did go through what they went through together, you would just irrationally fall in love with each other.
Certainly.
But like I told you, like I watched that series of videos, like doing like different sort of theoretical readings on these movies, and in one of them they show how funny it is that, I mean, I guess we're about to see it. We might have already seen it though. Did she say I love you to him yet? Did she just say it just then?
No, she didn't say it.
Anyway, she says it, and he can't bring himself to say it back, and it's like this totally like, yeah, sexist, dumb Michael Bay style plot device.
What, he just wanted to make Sam into more of a Han Solo type.
I guess that's what it is. When the We Hate Movies guys covered I believe it's the last one of these movies, the fifth one, the sort of resident Star Wars expert on the podcast, he laid out how that whole movie is just exactly Star Wars, except through the lens of Michael Bay. And I guess there's some quote from Michael Bay saying he always wanted to direct a Star Wars film. And so it's like, and he always wanted to do a King Arthur movie. So I know I'm jumping ahead to the last movie, and we're only on the first one, but that's basically what the last movie is. It's like Michael Bay's Star Wars as told through Arthurian legend. Plus,
see, that sounds awesome to me.
Plus blatant U.S. military propaganda.
How many people are dying during this robot fight?
Yeah, see, this is a sort of Man of Steel scenario here, where like, yeah, just lots of people are being killed and no one really thinks about it in the audience because it's all very CGI destruction, and they don't show... You know what I'd like to see is one of these movies like rated R that just shows all the true gruesome violence like within the buildings.
Oh, you mean The Boys?
Oh yeah, I guess The Boys do that, don't they? Do they really? Yeah, they show people being like massacred and shit.
Well, yeah, because that's part of like the. I know this isn't a superhero film, but same kind of stuff. That's kind of like the premise that ties is to show like how.
But these movies though are kind of in the superhero genre in a way. Like, I mean, I guess like the first instinct to where you would want to place these movies would be what, like sci-fi, like lowbrow sci-fi.
Yeah, I guess I put them as superhero genre, but
it does seem more like a Marvel movie to me in a way. So there's product placement right there. Yes, this is a great one. This robot is a Mountain Dew machine.
That's awesome.
I'm like outraged, filled with anti-capitalist rage. You're like, that's awesome.
Drink your Mountain Dew, boy. Drink it.
I just can't believe I saw a Mountain Dew. And the thing is I knew that would happen at some point in one of these movies, that a soda machine would turn into a robot. But when I saw it happen before my eyes, it really made me laugh. just to recap what happened 30 seconds ago. I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, if I had a watch, I'd be looking at it like I'm ready for this movie to be over to move on to the second movie. But it's Michael Bay. It has to be just extended.
I mean,
there's the shaky cam you were looking for.
I offered to watch it at 1.5x speed.
I'd rather slit my wrists at 1.5 speed.
You don't watch all of your YouTube videos at 1.5x
No,
speed?
and I think people who listen to podcasts on a sped up thing are insane.
Oh, that's how I always listen to podcasts. But I listen to them at 5x speed.
So you understand none of what you hear. You just hear this chattering, this whining sound that's just.
It just sounds more like real life that way.
All right, bumblebees. Everybody's kicking ass. That's all they see. These cuts are so fast.
These cuts are terrible. These,
well, in the fast cuts like this, that's just, it's like the necessity of everything being CGI if you're trying to make it look remotely realistic. And that's why I hate the third acts of Marvel movies. That's why I hate the third act of this movie. Like, it's literally just colors to me. Like, I can see Bumblebee, but like, other than that, I don't know who just killed what. I just know that a lot of things blew up and that Megan Fox is alive. And Sam Witwicky has the important cube of importance, as I'll call it. Now, what is it really called? The Allspark? Yeah, the Allspark. This is some Jurassic Park ripoff shit.
Is it?
It made me think of Jurassic Park right away when Jeff Goldblum lights up the flare to distract the T-Rex in like the greatest scene of Jurassic Park. You don't know what I'm talking about? In the rain? He's like, over here, waving the flare to save the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then he eats the fucking lawyer. Come on, man. It's like probably the most famous scene in that movie, I feel like. In my mind, it is.
The most famous scene in that movie is when the young girl hacks the computer.
Your priorities are out of whack, dude. I've rewatched the original Jurassic Park quite recently, and the whole movie I think holds up pretty well. But that scene,
fucking great.
That scene in particular is like still gripping to me, even though I know, of course, exactly what's going to happen, how it plays out. But
it's almost
every time I rewatch it, I'm just like right back in it, like I was a kid again.
It's almost like Spielberg knows how to make a movie.
He is good at making movies, yes. But I'm saying, even on like the level of, yes, Spielberg is a great director,
I would say he's better than George Lucas.
George Lucas is a shitty director. George Lucas just like cobbled together a bunch of different like mythological tales into an interesting fantasy world. His direction is terrible, as the prequels taught us once and for all. When that guy has nothing to restrain him, that's what you get.
I was gonna say, I always heard the original trilogy was actually good because they had like a lot more restraints in editors and other people.
Yeah, his editor, he didn't marry his editor, did he? I can't remember. But yes, the editor was really important, but also he didn't direct the second or third one. He was just like, he wrote the script, but
oh, really?
He didn't direct Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
I thought he did for some reason.
No, man. No. It's kind of the reason why the second one is widely regarded to be the best. of the three.
Well, I mean, the second one's great. I might think the Rian Johnson one is the best of all the Star Wars movies.
I've said that before, and I mean, I don't have any, like, tons of stake in it, but I know lots of nerds really hate that idea.
Oh, I know. Joe, if you're listening,
Was he really invested in that?
the Rian Johnson Star Wars film is by far the best one, and you're wrong when you say it's not.
I would say Empire is maybe better, but I don't know, whatever. Let's stop talking about Star Wars.
It's just this movie reminds me of Star Wars.
I mean, keep talking about Star Wars. I gotta walk away for a second.
Don't go.
Easy does it.
Sam just killed Megatron.
No! I mean, yay! I bet he'll never return. He's dead and dead forever.
I wish to stay with the boy. I wish to stay with the boy. That's funny to me.
Bumblebee is Sam Witwicky's like pet dog, kind of. It seems like. Oh, sweet release. We're almost done with the first movie. And 7 miles below sea level is the deepest place on the planet? Why doesn't that seem like very deep to me? How deep is the Mariana Trench?
I don't know.
You got the phone in your hand, dude.
Isn't it one of the deepest locations of the ocean?
It's the deepest, the Mariana Trench, but he just referred to some other place as being 7 miles deep as the deepest place on Earth.
That sounds right to me, actually.
And watch this, man. They're fucking, look. They're making out.
7 miles, man. 7 miles deep. Deepest place on the Earth.
All right.
Watching. Protecting. Is this fucking Batman?
It does sound kind of like that. He's watching them, like, fuck around with each other, and they're fucking around with each other on top of Bumblebee.
Would you call that a threesome?
That's the joke. Although he's not transformed, he's still in his car. Look at this robot looking out over the vista, over the landscape. And that's the movie, folks. Time for a brief intermission and on to the second one. Yeah, and any concluding thoughts on part one?
I thought, man, what a great movie.
Oh, there's some sort of what would you call this? Not a stinger, because it happened so quickly after the
post-credit wrap-up shit.
I think these movies do have stingers, but
I don't care about them. I don't want to watch the stingers.
Dude, I would never. Come on. I know what we're doing right now is insane. There we go. Executive producers Steven Spielberg, Michael Bay. Okay, part 2 coming up.